Everyone told us Brazil was beautiful, but they also told us it was a little dangerous. So, is a cruise the smartest way to see this country without the stress? We're sailing down the coast on the Azamara Quest to find out. We take you with us to visit several Brazilian ports, including the Amazon, to a bizarre ceremony at the Equator, and end with Azamara's most famous white party at sea.
Welcome to Belem, Brazil. What are we doing today again?
We are doing a ship tour. It's supposed to be, well, it said 5 hours, but my other program said 6, so it's going to be a long day. We are going to take a bus out to the Amazon, and then we are kind of cruising down the Amazon River and taking in some of those sites and learning all about that. So should be
cool.
Should be a good day.
Yeah, I've been ordering stuff from them for a long time, so it'd be nice to finally see what they're about.
Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you in a bit. It's a sharp contrast to the welcome music. The port area feels forgotten. Broken boats, worn-down homes that remind you this is a hard-working industrial city, not a resort. To get past the industrial edge and find the jungle, we had to leave the land behind. We transferred to a riverboat to go deeper. This is the Amazon we came to see. No roads, just river. We passed families living in the traditional stilt houses completely connected to the rhythm of the water. And yes, we were asked to wear these hats. Apparently, a falling Brazil nut is a legitimate lethal weapon out here, so off we went. Our host was Mr. Lodi, an 83-year-old local legend. He opened fresh Brazil nuts right in front of us. You haven't actually tasted a Brazil nut until you've had one fresh from the south. It was incredible.
We also met the rest of the Lodi family. This guy decided I made a pretty good perch while we were getting ready to head deeper into the forest.
Okay.
The deeper we walked, the denser it got. We spotted wild cacao pods, and every few feet a new species of flower or tree appeared. The biodiversity here is just overwhelming.
But the most important tree in the history of this region, the rubber tree. Our guide showed us exactly how it works.
When we were when I was a child, I used to work with, to play with this with my friends, and I did like this. It's really.
Pollywogs and shellbacks all, welcome to our crossing the line ceremony.
Tradition says you must pay respects to King Neptune when crossing the equator. We actually crossed the line officially at 3 a.m., but the captain wisely delayed the chaos until the sun came up.
Fealty and loyalty to the king. Do you all swear your allegiance? Yes! The court of King Neptune is now in session.
The audio is a bit chaotic, but here's what's happening. 3 officers have been dragged before King Neptune's court. Their specific crime? Providing a bumpy ride across the Atlantic. They tried to plead their case to the king, but the court found them guilty.
We begin with the lowest of the low. Pollywogs so despised that they are not worthy to gain.
And the sentence for a bumpy ride? Well, first you have to kiss the fish.
Kiss the fish! Kiss the fish! Kiss it like you mean it, huh? Kiss the fish!
And finally, the ceremonial slop, before being tossed overboard. Welcome to the Southern Hemisphere. After washing off the slime from the ceremony, the officers were right back to work. But today, instead of navigating the ship, they were manning the girls. As you can see, Doug had no trouble finding his favorites. I'm pretty sure this was just plate number 1.
Hello from Recife, Brazil. What's on the agenda today?
He really has no idea. Today we are doing our own thing. There's a few ship tours available, but tonight is the Azamazing evening. It's going to be on shore, and we wanted to get back in time to go to that because it's supposed to be wonderful. So we have built a walking tour. We're going to go along the waterfront, show you a few things that are, honestly, it's about a 3-kilometer walk, 45 minutes to an hour and a half based on how much we stop, so it's kind of the perfect amount of time.
Yeah, so let's hope it all works as planned.
Yeah, a little industrial back here behind us. We're told you have to take a shuttle. There's a free shuttle that'll take you up to the cruise port terminal, and from there, there is a free shuttle that'll take you into a shopping mall, but it's quite a distance from the things we actually want to see. But the cruise port terminal looks really walkable, so this should be a potentially, if we feel safe, we'll let you know, but right now it should be a good day. The beginning of the Ponte do Mauricio Bridge. Again, this is why they call it the Venice of South America. This is about a 15-minute walk from the cruise port. It's a Sunday, there's festivals going on, so there's a lot of people around. There's also a lot of police.
Yeah.
But I would also say that walk, unless you've got shoes that can handle the cobblestones and stuff, don't do that if you've got a mobility challenge, because it's...
But so far you feel okay safety-wise?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. There's a lot of police everywhere. There's a lot of people on the street, but it's hot and it's humid, and we're going to go take a look at the next stop.
All right.
So this is Marco Zero Square, and it is considered the center of Recife. And all the distances across Brazil are measured from this square right here, which I thought was kind of fascinating. Sunday, so a bit of a party atmosphere.
Yeah. A lot of people. Cotton candy.
Smells wonderful. So this is the Rio do Bom Jesus, which is right by the museum, but is known as, this is sort of the most beautiful street in Recife. Festival happening today. Colorful shops, cafes. Great place to stroll. We arrived just days before Carnival, so the streets were already alive with music and dance. So this Paco de Frevo, we're told that Frevo is the version of carnival dance that they do, and we don't see anybody doing demonstrations right now, but it does involve umbrellas. You cannot imagine how good this street smells. Churros and all kinds of good stuff. But honestly, the best part of today was the street life. The smell of fresh churros, the local crafts, the hustle of the market preparation for Carnival. It felt chaotic, but it also felt incredibly authentic.
After a gritty day on the streets, it was time for Azamara's signature perk, the Azamazing evening.
What is the drink called again?
I believe it's Caprihana. You're going to dump yours.
Try it out.
Kind of like a fruity margarita.
Yeah, it does. Really sweet one.
This is a private complimentary event for the whole ship. The vibe wasn't stiff. It was a full-on celebration. They rented out a theater to showcase the folklore of Pernambuco. It's high energy, colorful, and deeply traditional.
And here is Frevo. The athleticism is incredible.
A spectacular finish to our time in Recife. Good morning from Salvador de Bahia, Brazil. We have a full day tour today. I mean, look at the blue water. This is gorgeous. We're gonna, it's a full day, 8 hours. We're going out to see some of the historic churches. a couple of different statues, and then we'll end up in the Paljarino area, which is where they'll be like, they have a special dance here. They're Afro-American dance demonstrations and stuff like that. So I think end time at a local market.
Yeah,
So
and they did put a little notice into the daily program that we are to be vigilant on our security, because somehow they will ask you to put a bracelet on your wrist.
Give you a
and
bracelet.
Give you a bracelet, and that kind of identifies you as a tourist or maybe a chump. I don't know.
like, yeah,
But-
don't let me put anything on you.
But so yeah, so and the crew members have been telling us to be very careful in this city also. So should be interesting.
Anyway, that warning from the captain was sobering, but here's the flip side. Logistics. Look at where we parked, right in the city center. Trying to navigate a city of 3 million people on our own would have been exhausting. But on the ship tour, we just stepped off the gangway and into the experience. She said this lighthouse actually came from the United States because so many ships were crashing out here due to problems. So, lighthouse installed. Thank you, U.S.
Our guide told us the lighthouse and the nearby beach are one of the most photographed pieces of property in Salvador, and what you'll see on most postcards.
These rocks mark the dramatic entrance to the Bay of All Saints, the largest bay in all of Brazil. The ribbons are tradition. Tie 3 knots, get 3 wishes. And that beach is special. It's a beautiful spot in Brazil where you can watch the sun set right into the ocean. Our guide brought us here to explain the soul of Salvador. These statues represent the Orishas, deities from one of the religions here. Salvador is the heart of Afro-Brazilian culture. These figures aren't just art, they represent the forces of nature, like the sea, the wind, the forest. Standing here watching the rowers go by, you really feel how deeply connected the city is to the water and its African roots. And this is where the cruise advantage really kicked in. We transitioned from the coast, past the favelas and the World Cup Stadium, straight to the famous Bonfim Church. These ribbons are legendary. They're called fritos. You tie one on, make 3 wishes, and wait for them to fall off naturally for your wishes to come true. If I were doing this myself, getting out of here would have been not only a logistical headache, but quite expensive. The tour bus made the distance disappear, giving us time to actually explore the interior and soak up the street energy outside.
This museum was a highlight for us. It honors the Sisterhood of the Good Death, freed women who used their skills in baking and trade to buy freedom for others and provide for their families. Seeing these traditional dresses and that incredible smile, it made the history feel personal.
Our next stop as we worked our way towards Paljarino was the Cathedral Basilica of Salvador. The real treasure is right here. Just look at this. Altars draped in gold leaf. It is a stunning reminder of why this city was once the wealthiest capital in the Southern Hemisphere.
Our guide took us next door to the Third Order of St. Francis. Just look at this intricate stone facade. It's actually the only Spanish Baroque exterior in the entire country.
But inside, the vibe changes completely. We stepped into this peaceful cloister wrapped in blue Portuguese tiles. They actually depict the city of Lisbon before the Great Earthquake of 1755. Even the view from the back window feels like a time machine. And before you turn around and get hit by this sanctuary is absolutely dripping in gold leaf, a dazzling reminder of the immense sugar wealth that built this city. Back outside, the colors of the old town really pop, and the square was absolutely packed. We stayed close to the guide, kept our eyes open, and we were really glad we came.
And you just can't beat this energy. After an intense day in Salvador, a nice quiet breakfast on a balcony was just what we needed. Good morning from Buzios, Brazil. This town was made famous in the 60s by Brigitte Bardot.
And what are we doing today, Doug?
We're going to do a walking tour because I'm very prepared this morning.
He read the paper this morning, so yes. Well, congratulations on knowing what we're doing today.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
yeah, we're doing our own thing. We're not going on a ship tour because tonight is white night, and you got to be back early for the festivities. So we're going to check out all the things that Brigitte Bardot did to make it famous here, and we'll be back.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be a good day.
Yeah. The tender ride in sets the tone right away. You trade the big city energy for calm waters and fishing boats. You can see why this was just a sleepy fishing village before the world found out about it.
Walking the promenade, the vibe feels completely different from Salvador. It feels polished, relaxed, and honestly, it feels quite safe.
And there she is, Brigitte Bardot. She put this place on the map in the 60s, and you can still feel that Saint-Tropez of Brazil influence in the streets.
It's a very walkable town. I love catching glimpses of the quest framed by the alleys.
We didn't book a tour here, we just wanted to slow down, see the water, and soak up the beach culture for a little while. The best part was just wandering away from the main strip. We found these colorful side streets and this beautiful little yellow church. No guides, no strict schedule, just exploring before we had to get back for Azamara's big white night tonight. See? So the ship does these excursions in the trolley as well as you can just go to their meeting point and buy a ticket, but that's what that trolley tour down the center looks like.
Go ahead.
It is White Night, our very first one.
So, we're dressed in white.
And Doug had spots on his shirt already, even though I told him, tip on White Night, ladies, don't let him wear white for White Night. All right. This is the signature event of the entire cruise. They transform the whole pool deck into a massive dining room under the stars. Pro tip here, there are no reservations tonight. It's first come, first serve, so get up here early if you want a table near the band. Or in this case, a table that's covered.
The officers are back on the grill, this time with the heavy artillery, unlimited lobster tails.
This is the tropics. The sky opened up right in the middle of dinner. Honestly, this is where the service shines. The crew was out there squeegeeing the dance floor the second the rain stopped so the party wouldn't die.
And the spread is dangerous. From the seafood to the dessert tables, you definitely get your money's worth tonight.
The highlight, though, is the crew parade. Seeing everyone from our room stewardess to the chefs waving their country's flags, it's a really touching reminder of how international this team is and what great service they provide. After that, the rain was gone, the deck was dry, and we successfully worked off that lobster. Next time, we are waking up in Rio de Janeiro. We've been waiting years to see this view in person, and we're taking you with us. So subscribe with notifications on if you want to see when that drops.